your referee in charge of the action when the cage door closes, Mr. Bobby Wambacher.
Battle of the big boys here. Tank Harris, Jason Slaydon, ready to go. Former high school wrestler against a college football player, LSU fullback, Jason Slaydon. We are underway here in round number 1.
Slaydon opened up with a low calf kick. Really low hands. Stabbing side kicks.
Well, how about it, guys? Two big bulls set the lock horns inside the AKA cage. The Tank, Trevor Harris, taking on Jason Slaydon.
Uh-oh. Tank Harris uses a kick to just string up a single leg attempt, lands in the half guard position. He's got Jason Slaydon flat on his back right now.
That's a whole lot of man on top of Slaydon right now. So he's going to have a hard time getting out from underneath that Tank right there, Danger.
Yeah, and it looks like Tank is really savvy here, understands how to keep his opponent flat on his back.
We've had Tank inside the AKA cage before.
Yep.
Not a big-time flashy fighter, but he's a smart fighter. He knows how to get in the right position and grind out a win.
Yeah, 1-1 actually inside the AKA cage, coming off a victory his last time out.
You can see he's super heavy, taking away a lot of the space from the top position here, trying to stay heavy on top, keep Slaydon flat. And Slaydon's trying to get his guard back, but every time he moves, it seems like Tank Harris moves in the right position. And this is bad. This is bad. Tank Harris taking the back, both hooks in. Looks like he might be riding a little high.
He's under the chin, but it's not real deep, just the wrist in there. Doesn't have the forearm just yet. But still, you talk about hard to take in a deep breath when you've got 266 pounds of Tank Harris on top of your diaphragm there.
And not only that, but the way Tank is built, he's just so compact. These positions work well for him. Though he only has one hook in here and he's riding a little high, I think it would be good for Jason Slaydon to try to tripod up and shake Tank off the top just like that. Grabs an underhook and now Tank's flat on his back. Tank doing a good job staying active, grabs an underhook and kind of slides out of the position a little bit.
Now modified almost side control right here from Jason Slaydon. Tank just trying to hang on to that leg, loses that grip. Slaydon trying to circle around and take the back if he can.
I think Slaydon needs to, just push off. He doesn't want to end up underneath Tank again. I think he probably has a little bit of the advantage. Looks like he's comfortable on his feet. Make Tank earn another takedown. Don't make a mistake and end up underneath him.
So now both fighters back to their feet, going to meet in the center of the cage, right over that vintage furniture logo. Our title sponsor here at AKA, Trevor the Tank Harris, representing the Armada Fight Team with the gym out of Arlington, and hometown performance evolution prodigy, Jason Slaydon.
Swooping right hand with a little flicking kick right behind it. Doesn't do much damage.
Round 1 just about in the books. There's the horn. Round 1 is over, guys.
Not too much activity, but for my money, you got to think Tank Harris, he had the top position, controlled a little bit more of the round. You got to think Tank won that round. And it's unfortunate because it just came off of an errant kick that ended up with Jason Slaydon flat on his back.
Well, the pace always slows down a little bit with the big boys anyway, so kind of right on trend.
Quite the contrast from the first 3 fights to this one as far as speed and activity goes.
Slaydon, what'd you see from him there in that first round? That's his first time really getting inside the cage. Obviously, he's got all that experience on the football field, but how'd you see?
Yeah, it just looks like he's got to get his striking going a little bit more, string together combinations, and it's a risky assessment because Tank Harris trying to close the distance, change levels, and score a takedown of his own. But yeah, Slaydon's got to let it go. You're better letting it go and maybe getting taken down than holding it all in and getting to the end of the fight and wishing that you could have.
So let's see where it ends up right here. Start of round number 2. You see Slaydon in the black with blue trim, Performance Evolution trunks. We've got the melted popsicle pink of Trevor Harris. Both fighters meet in the center of the cage, hands down low by Slaydon. Tank Harris with the hands up, looking to go in. Tank looking to change levels and take that shot whenever he gets the chance.
I think if Jason Slaydon would string together a combination, a 3 or 4 punch combo would land on Tank Harris because he's just bounding one step back at a time, moving straight back. You'll catch up to a guy if you string it together and put multiples on him.
I like the uppercut attempt that time by Slaydon as they were coming out of the grapple.
One kick at a time.
And like we talked about in some earlier fights, that just shows the inexperience of a fighter. They don't know how to quite chain those combos together just yet.
Yeah, but I think it is something that these Performance Evolution, they're attacking that low calf kick. It's something I've seen them do a lot, and it's obviously part of their game plan.
Boom. Big right hand by the Tank right there. Just grazes the jaw of Slaydon. Another quarter-inch of close distance right there. I think that one was over, guys.
Definitely would have been a big shot landed.
Just worries me, Slaydon keeps those hands awful low, guys. Now Slaydon starting to back Tank up against the cage, trying to pin him in the corner like a predator tracking down his prey. You see Harris circling to his right. Slaydon keeping the hands moving. Good head movement by Slaydon, but again, those hands are just so low. Leaves you wide open for that big shot, and we saw Harris almost land it a few seconds ago. Harris with the jab that time, fires off the left.
Sometimes guys play the low hand game, but they're typically in good control of the range and where it's taking place. These heavyweights, it's not a game that I would play. You know, these guys are throwing heavy punches around Tank Harris. Yeah.
I mean, look, those are gourmet knuckle sandwiches out there. A little Grey Poupon rubbed on the glove, if you will, guys. So now Slaydon kind of approaching in, closing the distance, swings a couple there, doesn't land. Harris backs away. Both fighters engage back in the center of the cage here. Harris still pretty light on his feet, but we don't see him throwing as much, not a heavy volume of punches here.
Well, we haven't really seen that from him in any of his fights just yet. It's really been the wrestling that he's used to his advantage for the most part.
Fires off that one left. Haven't even seen him go for the takedown attempt here in round two yet.
Yeah, here we are deep in round two, and nobody's really done anything to set themselves apart, but it does seem like Jason Slaydon's been a little more active. I would like to see Tank Harris enter for a takedown, set it up, string some punches together, level change, and score. Get on top like he did in the first round.
So round number two coming to a close. Fairly uneventful round number two here. Just a lot of jockeying and posturing, not a lot going on.
Slaydon continually coming forward, though. He was kind of the one pushing the pace. There wasn't a lot of pace there, but it was he was the one creating it when it was happening.
He was kind of the only one that scored anything significant, even though it was just the low kicks. You gotta score something, and to me, nothing happened other than that. So I'm thinking it's 1-1.
You had the one right hand from Tank Harris that landed. Outside of that, that was pretty much around in favor.
I can agree with that, Danger. We're looking at a possible 1-1 right here. So this round's a decided all between these big heavyweights here at AKA 21.
Tank Harris looking good early on, kind of, getting to his spots, able to score that initial takedown. I'd like to see him come out and do the same thing here in the third round. Get some control of this fight, because out in the open, both guys kind of timid, watching each other a little bit. It's anybody's game there, whereas Tank Harris had a clear advantage on the top.
Tank looks locked in over there on the stool. Man has got the look
Get a little
of a
motivation
champion in
from
his
his
eyes.
coaches
Yeah.
over there. And sometimes that's all it takes, the right words from your coach to find that motivation. Dig down deep. Here we go, third and final. Referee Bobby Wambach are going to bring these two guys in the center. And ladies and gentlemen, third and final round, heavyweight action here at AK21. Here we go. Nice kick that time by Slaydon. Doesn't quite find the mark. Now we see Tank pushing the pressure a little bit. Fires off that left jab. Still a little too far away to land.
Yeah, like going back to what we talked about, he's going to have more success with the kicks when he puts them behind punches, something, anything. But he's just whipping this low kick over and over again. And now Harris with the double underhooks. Slaydon doing a good job of pummeling in and grabbing an underhook of his own. Now separating. This is a better fight for Slaydon.
Seems like we see a little more aggression out of both fighters here in the third round.
You know these guys are urgent. They're wanting to get the win, and I think both of them know it could very well be 1-1. This round matters.
Another left jab fired off that time by Trevor Tank Harris. Back to that behind the leg kick by Slaydon. That's been his bread and butter this whole fight.
Yeah, it has.
Still working that leg is Slaydon.
Slaydon doing a good job, you know, kicking, but he's just going to it over and over again. You would think at this moment, like by now, Tank would make an adjustment. He throws that kick. If I throw 4 or 5 punches back at him, one of those punches will land, and it will account for more than that little low kick.
Well, I'll tell you, he's starting to tenderize the hamstring of the Tank right now.
And I say little low kick. I know this guy's got huge legs, and he's probably just battering Tank Harris's leg off. And it's a big shot, and it probably is doing damage. It's just not very well set up.
Well, he continues to go back to the well over and over. There's another.
But when you got such an uneventful fight like this, I mean, the strikes, you're scoring points.
They're scoring. That's the only thing that's scoring right now.
Exactly.
Tank needs to let loose as he kicks. Like, we know he's coming with that kick. Let's rip some punches. We're in range to punch.
Hey, another leg kick.
Final 60 seconds here of our third and final round.
Tank's got to go. He's got to go. He's got to put something together.
Now we saw a little something behind the leg kick that time. Fired the right, did Slaydon.
Slaydon getting more confident, but again, just entering again and again with this same low leg kick. And it looks like it's done some damage. It's affected the fight, but sheesh.
Little repetitious.
And good on my guy Slaydon. He's made it work tonight. He's found a way to find some offense and accumulate some damage. But he needs to be careful in the future if he continues to fight, because guys are going to pick up on tails. And if you just go to the well over and over again, somebody's going to make you pay for it.
But look, in his defense, if you're on the mound, you're Nolan Ryan, you're smoking every batter with the fastball, why change it up?
Yeah.
If it's going to work today and get you the W, you might as well take the win. It looks like it may be enough.
How about it? Way to close out round number 3 between these two big boys right here.
Great stuff. Jason Slaydon and Tank Harris go the distance here in our co-main event. Interesting fight. I mean, early on, you get Harris, got the takedown, controlled round 1. Slaydon using the leg kicks in round 2, keeping the distance. Round 3, about 120 leg kicks landed there. So.
I understand Dynamite's fastball, you know, but the thing about fighting is you got fastballs coming back at you too, you know. So if you bury it down the same lane over and over again.
Well, and as a former pitcher, here's the problem. If you keep throwing that fastball over and over, if they catch you with one good one, it's lights out, right? It's a home run, then you're out. Sure. And if you're up against a very good opponent and they finally figure out your fastball, you could be in trouble. Now, fortunately here for Slaydon, that didn't happen, but
he needs a changeup too.
Yeah,
you know?
gotta
you
get
want
a change
that fastball? You got to throw in a changeup.
Little slide piece over there,
come
you know.
on now.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of 2 big boys dropping bombs here inside the AKA cage, we are going to the judges' scorecard. Ladies and gentlemen, all 3 judges have seen and scored this bout the same way. Therefore, declaring your winner by unanimous decision. Fighting out of the red corner, Jason Slaydon.
Look, credit to Jason Slaydon. He figured out in the middle of that fight what was going to work. This is where I'm having the most success, and he figured out the formula to get the win. Got to tip your cap.
Yeah, if Tank isn't going to address the kick, check it, counter with something, why not? Keep it going. Well done, Jason Slaydon. Congratulations.